Hi everyone, my name is Albert Whale, and I'm doing this as a public service announcement for your back to school students. I live in Pittsburgh, so there's the Pittsburgh Public Schools, but there's schools all across this great country of ours, and I'm assuming that they all have similar issues going on with kids and their devices. This is all about making friends and influencing people, or students in this case. And what I'm talking about is this new app that was just introduced in time for school called Saturn. Now, Saturn allegedly is used to help students schedule their classes and let other students know what their schedules are. What? When I was in school, we used to talk to each other. Now we want to rely on technology to do that for us? So, as a cybersecurity professional, what I want to tell you is that this is probably a bad idea on many different levels, and I'll get there in a minute. Now, you can see down on the screenshot for the iPhone itself that there's some emojis and icons and cute little functions for favorites on how to deliver information to your friends. The issue here is we don't need this. This isn't a tool that's really being useful in our students' education. You know, for them to come out and say that your high school runs on Saturn is a complete oxymoron. What they're trying to do is collect everybody that they can to use this device so that they have access to their information. In fact, some parents have gone through and signed up on the app using their phone numbers instead of the kids and got access to 350 students right away. I think this is a bad idea. And, you know, those emojis are probably very attractive to kids, just like this one is to me. This is a big red flag, or yellow flag in this case, called identity theft in action. Because you really don't know what's going on inside this app under the guise of running the school or helping your friends figure out what class you're in. Geez, I thought we had Facebook and other activities that they're not allowed to use during school hours, so wouldn't they just make use of those tools instead? Didn't you write all this stuff down in your notebooks in the first place? Or have a syllabus sent out to you? If you're not inclined to like the yellow screen, how about this screen? There was a movie made about it. Look, these problems with identity theft happening for our kids are lifelong problems. What happens when their identity is stolen? High schools are the new target for identity thieves. Why? Because when they take their information, they're available on the planet for so much longer. They're more valuable targets, even though they don't have a credit rating yet. They will at some point in the future. Or maybe they're trying to do other malicious activities like identify where your kids are for other ill-gotten goods, unwanted gains, identifying for threat actions. I don't know. Identity theft is stealing personal information and credentials, not necessarily the credentials in the student's case, but getting access to their information, where they live, where they go to school, what class they're in. You know, where are they going to be at 3 o'clock? I don't want these guys knowing where my kids were. That's why I got into cybersecurity in the first place. And that's why I'm putting up a red flag to tell everybody about this situation so that you can figure out whether or not Saturn goes to school with your kids. Because my kids are now out of school, but I'm still defending the country in cybersecurity. Saturn shouldn't be in schools. And here's why. Who built the software? Well, I don't know, but the company that's offering it is calling it Saturn. Where is it hosted? A lot of programs that you're going to find on the internet, some of them aren't even hosted in this country. So what happens when there's a problem? How do you get in touch with them? Who's going to be responsible for the student's data if it's stolen? Is your school system recommending this app? Or are they telling you not to use it? And by the way, that's doublespeak for kids, because if they're told not to do something, that's the first thing they're going to do. But honestly, if you're a friend of another parent's student, talk to them. Because students don't listen to their parents, but they'll listen to other adults. You know what isn't a problem? Is talking to their friends personally. Didn't we all get along more when we were able to communicate with each other instead of getting stuck in this device and texting all day long? What do you see except the device in front of you? I'm the award-winning author for #Hacked and the #1 international best-selling author of #Hacked2, which was written by 12 additional cybersecurity professionals. I'm sending up the red flag here because the big question here is, if you're not paying for a service, you're the product. It's really not a question. That's an important fact. Same goes with Facebook and Gmail. And I try to tell people this all the time. If you're not paying for a service, what's your expectation for privacy or security? Is your data protected? Is your kids' data protected? These are things that you want to think about. They're hard subjects to get along with. I get it. But if you don't do it now, you can't do it later when your data's stolen. Once the genie's out of the bottle, the genie doesn't go back in. This is something that you have to do before the bad things happen. Let's get in front of this. Don't let your kids go to school with Saturn, because your schools are not being run by Saturn. My name's Albert Whale. I'm here available, Albert at its-safe.com. And my book series is available at thehackedbook.com. It includes 10 additional free tips to help protect your personal and business data. Get yourself invested in being safe. Thank you.